everybody, and welcome to Inside the Big Dynasty League. As always, I am your host, Mike. With me, as always, is the Statman, Petey Cunningham, and the commish, Clyde Randall Waters. We're going to start this week off, as we start every week off, looking at last week's matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
This week, it was an epic battle, an epic duel, maybe even, between Victoria's Secret, the former champion, or reigning champion, I should say, not former yet, versus the new guy who's been up and coming and looking like he has championship potential. And that is Victoria's Secret versus the San Francisco 69ers. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a sex joke. Statman, break this game down a little bit for us.
This was quite the epic battle this week. Victoria's Secret coming in, 4-game winning streak, 69ers, best record in the league. Victoria's Secret puts the stamp on it that she is back. She is back. This team is reckoned. This team is to be reckoned with. And this was a big-time win by 11 points. You had the rapist against Jay Cutler. And who would have thought that Jay Cutler would actually score over 3 times as many points as Ben Roethlisberger? Did not see that one coming. But, yeah.
Yeah, and interesting here, she started Brandon Marshall. So all the points Jay Cutler was getting was going to Brandon Marshall, kind of counteracting each other there.
What is interesting, though, is Marshall had 28, Jay Cutler had 29. But Antonio Brown on the 69ers, yes, that is a sex joke, had 24, but the rapist only had 8. Kind of amazing that there's such a discrepancy between the two, considering it was Roethlisberger throwing the ball to Antonio Brown. But maybe he's got sacked a lot. I don't know.
Now let me just real quick. Commissioner, if I could, I want to ask you a question. I mean, you've been running this league, and you've run some other leagues. Statman, you're a real math man, so I want to get your opinion too. Starting Ben Tate and his minus 0.9 points, I have to say, I think that really hurt the San Francisco 69ers. And yes, that is a sex joke. Am I right about that? Is that a good strategy? I don't think so.
Oh, you are right. This hurt the Niners in a bad way. They got 0.9 less points than they would have had Ben Tate got them 0 points.
Yeah, Ben Tate, wrong way on the scoring, and his punishment was that they just cut him.
Yeah,
they said,
the Browns just
get the hell out of here.
Cut him. Now you gone.
I did hear, though, he got picked up by the Vikings.
The Vikings, yes.
The Vikings.
Minnesota.
AP out for the year.
Minnesota.
AP out for the year, bringing Ben Tate. He might do, quarter as well as AP would have, so might be a good fit there. I don't know. A couple of talented rookies in Cleveland with Isaiah Crowell and Terrence West, so maybe they'll step up.
Maybe.
All right. Anything else to talk about in this game here?
How about the on the bench for the 69ers?
The sex joke?
Yeah, it's a sex joke. It's a sex joke. And but how about Jonas Gray sitting on the bench with 43.9
points.
43 points sitting on the bench, and he started a player that got negative points. I mean, to be fair, Jonas Gray didn't even have an NFL touchdown before Sunday, so you can't really blame him for not starting him. But so
I like this quote here in the My Fantasy League Times that we get someone reporting news from. This is a direct quote from Ben of the Niners. It says, "Not to take anything away from our opponents, but we didn't play like we were capable of playing." Then the article goes on to mentioning here, adding salt to the wound, San Francisco 69ers could have scored 163.2 points and earned the win had they started their best lineup. Ben Wagner left key players like Jonas Gray and his corresponding 43.9 points on the bench. Ouch.
69ers was kind of hampered this week because Arian Foster didn't play, and he's been really good this year. But Foster didn't play in that Texans win on Sunday, so that kind of hurt the 69ers. Yes, that is a sex joke. But
this gives
we got a visitor on the show.
Oh, we kill that?
What the hell are you talking? Holy fucking shit!
Whoa, there's guts on the floor. Whoa.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's a very large spider. Trying to crawl into our brains and lay eggs.
Woo!
Getting back to this Jonas Gray.
Hold on. Yeah, there's a big spider. Go to Jonas Gray.
All right.
So sleep in this room.
Yeah, you're practically a dead man. Just a heads up. I feel like we get these types of players a lot throughout the season. Like, for me, the one example I always come up with is Eddie Royal. He'll have one great game, and you think you can trust him after that, and then he's just useless. Do you think Jonas Gray is going to be like that? Do you have any other experiences like that?
I can definitely see Jonas Gray being that type of player. He's a running back that plays for Bill Belichick. You never know what you're going to get with him. One week they could have 20 points, and next week they could have 2. I saw it with Stephen Ridley this year. We've seen it with Shane Vereen.
We saw it Tim Wright, their tight end, played earlier.
Tim Wright. Brandon LaFell will have a big week and then drop off the face of the earth. So, yeah, being a New England running back, I don't know if you can count on him to score points every week, but this kind of fits a theory that I have about running backs that come in like week 11, week 12, facing defenses that are worn down by the end of the year. He had a lot of yards after contact on Sunday. I don't know if you watched the game out there, but he was basically getting 3-4 yards a carry after they already hit him. So I don't know how much of it is Jonas Gray is good or just the Colts defense was just worn down.
Worn down, shutting out the Bengals a few weeks ago. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on to some other matchups here. Great matchup. Very exciting. The matchup of the week last week. Exactly why we have that. But we're going to take a look at our next matchup here. Calvin who?
Calvin who?
Who? Versus the FC Acid Kicker. Statman, say words about this game.
Calvin who?
Who?
Difference in this game. One defense scored 28, Green Bay Packers. One defense scored 8, the Redskins. Calvin who wins by 18 points. The 20-point difference there in the defense is enough to get the win. How about A.J. Green? Back healthy? A.J. Green, great week against the New Orleans Saints defense. But FCS, the kicker, it was just not a good week for Cleveland running backs.
No.
We got 1.2 points from Terrence West. So let's get this straight. We've covered 2 Browns running backs so far who combined for 0.3 points.
That's a rough run game for Cleveland this week.
That is pretty bad.
Anything else about this game, Commissioner?
No?
Okay.
No. I mean,
About the fact that we had dueling 0-point tight ends in this matchup.
Oh,
it's
snap.
a bad week for tight ends. My tight end got 0 this week, too.
Not good.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see A.J. Green back for Calvin who. Hopefully this is signs for the rest of the season. Yeah, I got nothing.
All right, moving on. We're going to move on to what it could be a surprise game of the week, if you will. We got Wolfgang United, Rocky Mountain High, versus Los Pandas Desnudo. Commish, winning streak?
Yeah.
What?
2 games in a row.
Big time. That Russell Wilson trade.
It's really working through in my favor.
That's looking pretty good.
Considering Ahmad Bradshaw is now out for the season.
Oh, snap. Or Statman, anything interesting in this one?
Difference in this game. 14-point win for Los Pandas Desnudos. But a 29-point difference at the quarterback position. Russell Wilson scores 30. Matt Stafford, terrible week. 1 point going up against that tough Cardinals defense. That's the difference in the game right there. C.J. Anderson, 19 points. I believe that was a free agent pickup this week. So C.J. Anderson working out. They're saying ball's out for a couple weeks now. Ball's out!
Balls
out!
Balls out!
Ooh,
Balls out!
sexy.
Ball's out for a couple weeks. And so C.J. Anderson could be a staple in the running back lineup.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited about my team, the way they've kind of come through towards the end of the season here.
Yeah.
You know, they're not great, but they're there. The sad thing is my efficiency rating was still only 71%.
Wow.
My wide receivers are just a crapshoot. You play one, they do nothing, and the one on the bench just gets amazing. I left Keenan Allen with 14 points, Michael Floyd with 19 points, and Ruben Randall with 18 points.
You got a pretty deep wide receiver core there.
I do.
Lots of promise for the future.
That's what I hope.
All right, moving on. Here we got I Came In Like a Monte Ball
I came in like a Monte Ball.
versus Hernandez's Pistol Offense. Statman, speak numbers and things that have happened in this game and relevance to other things.
The number that matters in this game is 5. That is the number of players that scored over 20 points for Hernandez pistol offense. Cam Newton actually has a good week for a change. It's amazing. 23 points for Cam Newton. Matt Forte just does what he does, scores 23. Cobb and Jordy, both over 20. Roddy White. I mean, I didn't think Roddy White had another 20-point game left in him, but apparently he had one more. And he scores 20. So in this one, so we've had a lot. This is the third time so far this week where we've had a quarterback for one team thrown to a wide receiver on the other team. Aaron Rodgers, before I came in like a Monte Ball, puts up 35. But Cobb and Nelson combined for 40. So, yeah, I came in like a Monte Ball. Not a terrible week, but, yeah, 115 ain't going to get it done.
Yeah, surprisingly here, Hernandez pistol offense had all those players with 20-plus points, and their efficiency rating was still only 87%.
Wow.
Left a lot of points
They
still on the
did.
bench.
They left Kobe Fleener tied in on the bench with 21 points.
Fleener, big time week.
So it looks like Mohamed Sanu felt the effects of a healthy A.J. Green this week, with only getting 5 points from Monday Ball.
Yep.
Ouch.
And Julio Jones only scores 11. Julio Jones has been a little disappointing this year. He's still putting up decent numbers, but I feel like he's not had a touchdown in 5 weeks or something. I've not checked the math on that. I just know that it's been a really long time.
And then also here, I thought it was interesting that Roy Halou had a 15-point game here. A lot of split time with Roy Halou and Alfred Morris there.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here. Next matchup, we got the Bench Dogs versus Get Off Me.
Get off me.
Stab Man, break it down.
Get off me. Dominating performance. Not quite a discount double up in this one.
Close.
It was close. But get off me. Another team. She feels like they've really been peaking lately. They get 30 out of Alshon Jeffrey. It helps when Jay Cutler, actually can throw the ball decently. I've heard that helps. Kelvin Benjamin did the Kelvin Benjamin Freddie Lacy trade. That seems to be working out. Benjamin with 25.9 points. And the running backs for Get Off Me, pretty solid. Mark Ingram 16, Jeremy Hill 17. Helps that Giovanni Bernard still out. But Mark Ingram's looking like the real deal.
Bernard fully practiced today.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, I tried a risky strategy this week.
Let's talk
Not
about
necessarily on purpose, but I tried it anyway. I tried going, you know what? I'm going to start a defense that's on bye. Thinking, hey, they can't get me negative points that way, right?
True.
This could be a good strategy. I think where I messed up is I also had Lewis Murphy get 0 points. And as we've learned, you can't have 2 0-point players. What do you guys think of that type of strategy? Do you think I should go with it going forward?
I think this strategy speaks for itself in the numbers.
As somebody whose defense had -3 this week, I don't think it was that bad of a strategy. I should have tried it.
Yeah, my defense did better than his.
Your defense outscored mine, and they didn't even have to step on the field. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
All right, let's see here. Moving on, we got the Ricky Bobby team versus the Wayne Enterprises with -3 from their defense as we spoke, but it didn't seem to matter. Statman, am I reading this correctly? Did you almost have 100 more points than him?
Almost 95. 95 more points. And if I would have started a defense that actually did anything, I would have done it, probably. But no, I had to start a defense that got me -3.
I mean,
This is a discount double.
this is a discount double up.
Yeah.
It was a good... I'm so used to dominating in matchups of the week. I thought this was the matchup of the week. And then I had to be reminded, oh no, this wasn't. We got to go to the other matchup. But Mike Evans, 39 points. Love that man. Macklin went with a 2 Philadelphia wide receiver strategy. Both got over 20, even though they got their asses handed to them by the Packers. But both got over 20. Lacy, that's working out, 26. Le'Veon Bell, dude's a monster. Love Le'Veon Bell. And Brandon Cooks, bad news, out for the year. But that's okay. I'll just this week. I think I might just bring in somebody named Josh Gordon to start next week. We'll hopefully we can get by with Josh Gordon replacing Brandon Cooks. We'll see how that works out.
All right, Commish, anything on this one?
No, I'm good.
All right, me too. All right, let's move on to our awards for the week. First up, we got the Hershey Milk Dud of the Week.
Oh.
player that just was a dud and gets stuck in your team and didn't perform like he should. Statman, who's this one going to this week?
This one is going to a quarterback named Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, no touchdowns this week. No touchdowns. Cam Newton had more touchdowns than Matt Stafford. That's how bad he played. 183 passing yards.
Ouch.
Had an interception and had 4 sacks. 1.32 points for Mr. Stafford.
Ouch.
Not a good week for him in Wolfgang United. If Matt Stafford just has a normal game, they probably beat Los Pandas Des Nudos, but Stafford just couldn't get any help. Calvin Johnson covered up. Patrick Peterson. So, just a rough week.
I have Stafford in another league, and he's been struggling the last few weeks. Even with Calvin back, I just don't know what's going on with him.
I don't know. I trust that they're playing really good defenses.
I mean, he doesn't have red hair, so I don't get it. I don't know. Moving on, next up we got the Ram pickup of the week. Commissioner, who did this go to?
Pickup of the week goes to C.J. Anderson, running back for the Broncos.
C.J. Anderson
was picked up and started by none other than me, Los Pandas Des Nudos.
All right, I guess we're really seeing the tail of the tape here.
Put up 19.5 points.
He's a running back, but he had 8 catches this week.
Yes. It was crazy, exciting.
Maybe that was Manning's problem, and that's why they lost. He kept throwing to the running back, not the wide receivers.
I'm fine with it.
It worked out.
Hey, man. Next up, we got the Jones Soda Whoop Ass Energy Drink Whoop Ass of the Week. And that one is going to none other than our very own Statman and the owner of the franchise, Wayne Enterprises, with his 183.08 points. Discount double up second Whoop Ass award in a row. Whew, that was a lot to say.
That was a lot.
I think this is your fifth this season.
I think it is. I think it's the fifth time I've scored the most points this week, or in fifth time scored the most points in a week.
This also puts you top of the scoring in the league.
Top in scoring now, which I believe that pays a little bit of money.
It does.
So I kind of had my sights set on that. There's still 2 weeks to go though, so anything can happen.
And then 1 week's a doubleheader week.
1 week's a doubleheader week.
Bum bum bum.
So
the
only fear that I have with my team, is that we're peaking a little too early. Playoffs don't start for another 3 weeks, so I'm just worried that they're scoring all these points right now and they're not going to be there. Because that's what happened last year. Last year I lost in the first round of the playoffs after putting up like 200 in 2 weeks before that.
Yeah, your team it's a little premature.
You just can't last the whole time.
Team takes after its
You
owner.
get too
What can I say?
excited.
Your team's got low T?
What?
These are always related. Anyway, moving on, we got the Poopery Poo Poo Team of the Week for when you want to poo in public and you don't want everyone to know about it. Use the Poopery.
And it works great. I living testament. It works great.
I have never used it, but I have pooped. I pooped today, as a matter of fact.
It stink after you poop.
Very badly.
So, if you would have Poopery, the person coming in after would have had no idea. They would have thought that your piss smelled like a rainforest. Because they would have been like, oh my gosh, there's no way that he could have gone number 2 after this.
A lot of times after not to get into too graphic detail, I streak the hell out of a toilet. So it might not smell, but you're going to see this. You're seeing where it...
Poopery doesn't take care of that.
No, it does not. Anyway, this one goes out to Wolfgang United, Rocky Mountain High, 83.42 points. There was a lot of bad teams this week, but they were the worst.
You were scared you were going to get this week.
But I didn't.
No coincidence that they also had the Hershey Milk Dud of the week.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't know how often those two have corresponded, but it should be no surprise.
All right, next up, we got the Cialis Team of the Week for the team that was just limp and awful and losing to the team that came back nice and hard and just got the job done. Not prematurely like the Statman. Statman, who got this one?
I believe this was Calvin who?
Who?
Calvin who? Calvin who? 2 losses in a row. Comes back and gets the win over the FCS Kickers this week. Helps that AJ Green was back. And the Packers defense. 28 points. I think they had 2 touchdowns. That helps too. Maybe they had 3. They have 3 touchdowns.
Whoa.
They had 3 defensive special teams touchdowns. That's pretty good. So 3 more touchdowns than Matt Stafford had this week.
Ooh, ouch.
They didn't even throw a pass. So.
All right. And last but not least, our favorite award, the Dave Lapham Surprise Player of the Week. Balls out! Balls out!
Balls out!
Ooh, sexy, sexy.
Face
Bam! Bam! Bam!
rate. Face rate.
Face rate. All right. Commissioner, who's this one going to?
All right, the Dave Lapham Surprise Player of the Week goes to Mike Evans, wide receiver, Tampa Bay, on the franchise, Wayne Enterprises.
Mike Evans turned out to be a good pick this year. This is now his 3rd straight game with over 25 points.
He had 39.9 points, 7 receptions, 2 touchdowns, and 209 yards.
Love this guy. Love this guy. He's just gotten better as the year's gone on, and I hope it continues.
All right, those are our awards for this week. We had an interview scheduled, but the interviewee didn't show up, and I thought it would look weird if I just talked to a chair. So we're just going to move on to the fantasy pool picks.
Chair probably wouldn't have good answers. They wouldn't know who they would rather fight between a bear and a gorilla. They would both destroy the chair.
Exactly. Especially the
Can
chair
we
we
use this
have.
time to discuss what happened in New Orleans this week?
We can give it a couple minutes.
There wasn't another hurricane, was there?
No. But
It
there's
was
that
worse
dude
than that.
who stole the ball from that Bengals chick.
Didn't just take the ball.
Oh my gosh.
Threw up the bow, too, like, BAM!
Yeah, it was like
Bam!
bam! I'm catching the ball.
That guy, they should take his season tickets away. That was that embarrassing to the Saints organization. I can't believe. That's a bitter old man. That is a bitter old man. I mean...
What was funny is they interviewed him and he said, no, she can't have it back. I don't care that I did this.
Yeah.
She's from Cincinnati.
Yeah. And he blamed it on the fact that he, they do those parades down there. What do they call those parades?
Parades, I think.
No, like a certain type of...
Mardi Gras?
Like one of they do the parade tomorrow, right?
Candy
And there's
parade.
dancing.
He leads. Apparently, he's a leader of the parade. Leads the dance.
Oh, and
thing.
because of that, he's a dick.
Well, he said because of that, his instincts took over to lead to take this. And the Mardi Gras instinct is when something's thrown up, you just grab it and take it for yourself. That's what he said. That's what he said. It was instinct.
That just doesn't explain him being acting like an ass after it. That might explain the moment. I mean, maybe I'll grab the football. Oh, that was cool.
Guys, look, it's New Orleans. They're used to getting stuff all the time. They get almost wiped off the map every year by a hurricane. All right? And look, they didn't even come up with their own cheer. We got Who Day, and they're like, we're just going to change a little bit. Who Day.
We're not going to go there. There's a lot of debate over that.
Look, we're better than them.
We are.
That's what was proven Sunday.
Anyways, there's a lot of stuff on social media about this where New Orleans fans are all rising up against this guy, saying how much embarrassing it was to the city and how that's not the way Saints fans are. But anyway, I saw this guy tweeted, he said, man, that was an amazing catch. Too bad he wasn't on the field because he was the only one catching balls for the Saints.
Boom.
Anyways, on a light note, the Saints organization did get the young lady a ball, and Jermaine Gresham mailed her a ball this week, too.
Way to go, Gresham.
That's awesome.
You can't hold on to a football very well, but you're a decent person.
He's a good dude.
He is. I like him. And I like his play if he would just hold on to the ball.
Well, I liked it when Gresham threw it up and the guy stole it, and Gresham just turned like...
What?
Am I the only one who just saw that? I loved it. I love the reaction.
I liked it when he kicked the ball in the end zone to get a touchdown.
Because he fumbled it again. All right, let's move on to our matchup of next week. The big matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
It's between two teams.
Hernandez pistol offense. And
Get off me!
Get off me!
All right, Statman, break down this game. I lost it. It wasn't in my notes here.
I didn't think we...
because I just added.
I didn't think we had one picked out, so I was like, who's he gonna say?
Well, that's what I do when I sit here and not pay attention to you guys.
Okay. Hernandez pistol offense versus Get off me! Statman! Break it down.
Let me find it. Hernandez's pistol offense against Get Off Me. Hernandez's pistol offense 10-3. Get Off Me making a late playoff run. 6-7, 2-game winning streak for them. Let's break it down. Oh my gosh, did I really just? Oh my gosh, Hernandez's pistol offense is starting Ryan Mallett. Get Off Me with the win. I don't even need to see anything else. Get Off Me with the win, even though they're starting Colin Kaepernick. Jeremy Hill, so Bernard's going to be back. Going to hurt Jeremy Hill a little bit for Get Off Me. Ryan Mallett is starting for Hernandez's pistol offense, so that's all I need.
He normally starts Cam Newton. I would think this would be a wash. I mean, remember that one time he won without starting a starting
That is
quarterback?
true. It's not even like he needs good quarterback play to win.
Hernandez's pistol offense thrives off the risky quarterback play. That's their strategy. We're going to put out a crappy quarterback every week and still win. The Bengals try that, but it doesn't work too well.
Well, because he has red hair.
It's true.
Who's Green Bay playing this week?
Green Bay is playing at Minnesota.
Okay. Hernandez pistol offense wins this game.
Minnesota's got a pretty good defense, though. Mike Zimmer. Yeah, it's Green Bay's offense.
I mean, come on.
Who am I kidding? He's starting Ryan Mallett, though. Ryan Mallett is starting for somebody in fantasy football. I never thought this day would come.
All right, so, Commish, who you going with?
Well, let's see here. In Week 5, Hernandez pistol offense beat Get Off Me by 16 points. It was a close matchup then. I think it's going to be even closer this time. However, I think Hernandez pistol offense is going to move to a 3-1 all-time record over Get Off Me.
All right, taking Hernandez pistol offense. Statman officially taking Get Off Me?
Absolutely.
I'm taking Hernandez's pistol offense. Next up, let's take the rest of our matches here. We got the San Francisco 69ers, and yes, that is a sex joke, versus the FC Acid Kickers. Statman, what do you think?
I'll tell you what, San Francisco 69ers have Antonio Brown on a bye this week. He is an extremely integral part of their lineup. But I don't know what the word is on Arian Foster coming back. I don't know if they're going to have them back. But all I know is that I see Ben Tate in their starting lineup. And I don't know if they're going to actually want to start Ben Tate. It's going to be his first week with Minnesota. I don't know. Hopefully Arian Foster plays for him, though. They got another running back. They got Lynch and Ellington, 2 studs. At the running back position, they're going to have to carry this team with Brown on bye.
Kamish?
Well, let's see here. The last time these two teams played, the Niners defeated the Acid Kickers by 99.32 points.
Oof.
Wow.
Oof.
Almost 100 points. Almost 100 points.
Oof.
However, they are
Does that get an
2-2.
ouch?
Ouch.
They are 2-2 against each other all time.
Mm.
You're right. I think this is going to be a rough week for the Niners here with some of the injuries. And let's see, is Pittsburgh on bye this week? Pittsburgh
on bye.
So no Antonio Brown. I know the Niners are trying to get a trade through. I don't know if they got any trades in for the deadline to pick up any other receivers. I'm going the upside. I'm going Acid Kickers.
I'm going to ask the Kickers as well.
I'm going San Francisco 69ers. Next up, we got Los Pandas Desnudo versus the reigning champion, Victoria's Secret. Statman, what do you got?
Extremely intriguing matchup. Ben Roethlisberger is on bye. I guess that means, is Eli Manning still the backup
Eli
for Victoria's Secret?
Manning.
And they are home against the Cowboys. I'm not sure about that one. But, Victoria's Secret. This team is just coming on strong. I think they got 5 wins in a row. Los Pandas Desnudos has 2 in a row. So we get kind of a good
Someone's
matchup
winning
here.
streak's coming to an end.
A winning streak is going to die come Monday night. But I'm going with... I don't think I can't go with 2 upsets in a row. I got to go with Victoria's Secret to get the win and keep on her playoff push.
Kamish?
Well, I'm 0-2 all time against Victoria's Secret. I don't see that changing. However, I'm going with myself.
All
I think
right.
my team's got some magic, and they're just going to keep going on.
All right. I think your winning streak is going to die in its infancy. I'm going Victoria's Secret. Next up, we got Wolfgang United, Rocky Mountain High versus Calvin. Who?
Who?
Statman. Break it down.
I'll tell you what, pretty good matchup here. Calvin Who has got Peyton Manning at home versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins actually have a really good defense. Matt Stafford at New England. Quarterbacks usually do not play well at New England. So I think Matt Stafford is going to struggle again. But also I don't think Peyton Manning's going to have that great of a week. This is a kind of a tough one to pick. Darren Sproles, Stephon Taylor for Calvin Who. I'm going with Wolfgang United to get the win. I don't know what the deal is on Emmanuel Sanders though. He got lit up on Sunday. So I don't know if he's going to play or not due to the concussion, but I'm going with Wolfgang United to get the win.
Kamish?
Well, let's see. Wolfgang United is 2-1 all time in this matchup. But, I think Calvin Who is going to keep trucking along, and they're going to overcome some of their shortcomings this week and make that a 2-2 record. So I'm going Calvin Who.
I'm going Calvin Who as well. Next up, we got Wayne Enterprises, owned by the Statman Petey Cunningham, versus the Bench Dogs, owned by Mike. Statman, break it down.
The Bench Dogs don't know who they got on bye. The only person I know that they don't have on bye is Rob Gronkowski. The dude is a party-loving, touchdown-catching beast. Throwing dudes into TV trucks and everything. I mean, he's a monster. I got to go with the Bench Dogs in an upset. Phil Rivers at home against the Rams. They just had a great week. They can't do it again. They got all jacked up to play Peyton Manning. They're not going to have it going. Philip Rivers is going to have a good week. Trey Mason, I think he's been doing pretty well. I think he'll have a good week. Going Bench Dogs in the upset.
All right, Kamish.
This is going to be Wayne Enterprises all the way. Sorry. Josh Gordon coming back, plus Mike Evans. Eddie Lacy's been hot lately. Jeremy Maclin is now just been on a roll. This is Wayne Enterprises.
I'm going Bench Dogs. I always take myself. Next up, we got the Ricky Bobby team versus I Came In Like a Monte Ball.
I came in like a Monte Ball.
Statman, break it down.
A lot of good matchups this week in the Big Dynasty League. I'm really excited about this one. Andrew Luck at home against the Jaguars. He might be able to throw for 10 touchdowns in this game. It's possible the Jaguars' defense is that bad. Andrew Luck just dominates them. But Aaron Rodgers could also throw for 10 touchdowns. But they're going against the Vikings. I like Andrew Luck to win that matchup. I think I'm going to go with the Ricky Bobby team in a mild upset here.
Kamish?
I'm going to concur. I think Ricky Bobby is going to come through this time.
Sweep it. I'm going Ricky Bobby team as well. Now, we do have one more thing to address. It is what week in the NFL right now?
We are entering week 12.
Week 12. Now,
it's the last week for buys.
We may,
last week for
or
buys.
may, as you may or may not remember, we had a $2 bill bet.
We did.
That actually ended a couple weeks ago, but we've been pretty busy, and I haven't brought it up. That Percy Harvin would not make it past week 10.
I think I said he wouldn't play in 10 games.
He said he wouldn't play in 10 games.
Has he played in 10?
He has played in 10 games.
Wow.
I think he's actually played in 11, because I do believe he had a bye.
Did he sit out at all during that trade?
I don't think he did. I don't think he missed 1 week.
Who has Percy Harvin?
Ricky Bobby.
Let's see. Let's check this.
Let's double check it. But I'm pretty sure I've won the $2 bill bet.
He has played in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has played in 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's played in 8 games. If he plays this week, that's 9. If he plays the following week, that's 10.
Only 8? He didn't play in 9 already?
They actually had... I think he had 2 buys.
2 buys because he got traded.
Oh, so I haven't won yet.
No, he's got to play in 2 more games. I'm still feeling good about this one. I'm not going to lie.
Oh.
He could get a concussion this week and be gone for the year.
Dang it. Spoke too soon. I really thought it was already that many games. All right, well, good thing we got an update on that.
But now we know.
Now, with all these close matchups, personally, I think we're going to have a Gillette close shave of the week next week.
I feel like there is a strong possibility. I don't see any 95-point wins this week.
I'm with you.
I don't think
see
it's
any
gonna happen.
double ups.
This is a pretty competitive week.
I'm looking forward to having a close shave this week. Make sure you watch the games, guys. This is going to be awesome. Get your picks in. The trade deadline happened already, so you don't worry about it.
Yep. Do you want to just take a quick playoff look?
Yeah, let's take a playoff look real quick.
See how things are
How long
looking.
we been going? Are we running over?
We got a couple minutes. So let's see. If playoffs started today, you'd have, representing each division, you'd have the Niners. What?
Those are noise. I didn't know what it
I
was.
I hit the Coke cans. I'm sorry.
The Lucky Charms division.
Yeah, you'd have the Niners winning that division today. And then in Captain Crunch, you'd have Hernandez Pistol Offense. From there, I believe our next team in would be Wayne Enterprises, followed by Victoria's Secret, followed by Calvin Who, and I came in like a Monte Ball.
Came in like a Monte Ball.
That would be our 6 teams.
So right now, that's our 6 teams. Of the other teams, it looks like FCS, the Kickers, Wolfgang United, and Los Pandas Desnudos, they can just start planning for next year. Don't think any of them have a shot at making it in the Lucky Charms division.
Get Hoffman and the Ricky Bobby team, though.
The Captain
They're on
Crunch
the cusp.
division. Yeah, I mean, even the bench dogs at 5-8, if they win out, they get 8-8. That might be enough to make it in, depending on tiebreakers and everything. But it's going to be a close battle between I Came Like a Monte Ball, Get Hoffman, Ricky Bobby team, and bench dogs for that, and Calvin Who. Going to be close. We basically got 5 teams going for 2 spots there. It looks like Wayne Enterprises, Victoria's Secret, 69ers, and Pistol Offense. Pretty good shot, they'll make the playoffs. So, it's going to be fun, especially next week with the doubleheader.
Next week's the doubleheader week. Gonna get crazy.
So right now we got our 6 playoff teams. Do either of you have any predictions on any of these teams changing over the next couple weeks?
The only one I feel like I think Calvin Who and I Came in Like a Monte Ball are both very questionable. If there's any team I think that sneaks in, it's going to be Get Hoffman, probably knocking out Calvin Who.
I agree with that.
Interesting.
I agree with that.
Interesting. Who do you think's gonna win it all?
Still too early to call it, but I venture to say our final will be Wayne Enterprise versus either Victoria's Secret or the Niners.
I'm going Wayne Enterprises versus Victoria's Secret, and I think she's gonna come back to back.
Hernandez Pistol Offense is in that realm, but
They're going to be hurt now because they lost
exactly
Russell Wilson and Ahmad Bradshaw. So I think they're going to be hurting a little bit. I think Victoria's Secret coming on strong. Very good shot at it. I'm going to go with a Victoria's Secret 69ers championship. Yeah, that's a sex joke. I'm going to go with that, the championship game. And I just think 69ers is just too much. They've been the best team all year. I still have them as my favorite to win it all.
Interesting.
Should be fun, though.
All right, it'll be fun to keep an eye on this.
Definitely get your picks in, everybody. Don't forget, we got a doubleheader week coming up, so make sure when you're picking up your waivers and everything, you plan for that appropriately. Anyway, everyone, have a good week.
Make your picks.